Tomorrow is National Missing Children's Day.
Oh, do you see it?
Yeah, right there. That's where it's at. See it?
Jackson County Sheriff's Office is asking for help finding a missing person.
Perdue was last seen in 2008.
47-year-old Graham Case was last seen leaving his Medford home June 22nd.
We don't have a defined search area. We just felt strongly that we needed to do something.
He encourages anyone with information about Case to contact the sheriff's office.
We are back at Fish Lake, and the reason why we're here, Brandon Perdue, 18 years old, goes missing in 2008 driving his red Honda, and he tells his girlfriend, look in the glove box. Now flash back to 2 years ago, we were actually here at Fish Lake, but we never searched this boat ramp. And the reason for it is because we were so focused on what we saw in Google Images when the water was low that we only searched down at the dam, as well as a lot of other bodies of water in the area. But that's not the only person we're looking for. We're also looking for Graham Case. Now he went missing just a little over a year, actually less than a year ago, June 22nd. Now the thing is, his wife died 2 years earlier of cancer. Love of his life. She was his all, did everything for him. But he just could not take it anymore. Several attempts, unfortunately, and he left us behind 3 kids who he said, you guys would be better off without me. And they're not. But that's the reason why we're here, is because last time we were searching for Graham, we searched some other bodies of water, Lost Creek Lake, Agate Lake, Immigrants Lake, all over the Medford area. But 140, he was from Klamath Falls. And so this 140 route, we have a lot of bodies of water that we want to search. And if we flash back to last time where we ended our day at Diamond Lake, we couldn't search at that time because the snow was up to here. So fingers crossed, and I say that way too much, but fingers crossed, we might find both of them here tonight. So we're gonna get in the water, and let's see what we can find.
For families who have all but given up on finding their loved ones, this team is a last hope. Civilian divers cracking cold cases for free.
There's some nice deep water out here. Now the water was down a lot more early this year. We're gonna be really interested in that. That's a nice big shadow. That one's not big enough, but that's in shallow water too, so not interested in that one. That kind of circles around. Don't know if that's what we're looking for, but we're still only in 6-7 feet of water, and the water level was down probably 15 feet from where it's at right now. And so with the water level being down a lot further than where it's at now, we'll want to definitely search a lot further out than we normally would. So we got 15 there, but this is quite a ways from the boat ramp now. Nice easy bottom to read though, if there is a vehicle out here. Yeah, there's no way that it's gonna be this far across right now from where we're at. So I'm gonna say let's kind of go run like left of the boat ramp there, because when you see when the water level's down more, if you go back to an aerial chart from years past, you can see it's more access to the right over there. Let's circle around on this one. It's 30 feet to right behind you is where we're going now. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at here. This right here is what I was interested in, so we're going to head right across the top of it over here and see if we can pick anything up. Yeah, not like that right there, but it's not what I'm looking for, I don't think. It kind of looks like it has a car shape. Yeah, I'm not getting any height, so it's just the way that the bushes were reading there. Back down at 6 feet. All right, let's go around the shoreline, kind of over here. way too shallow there. Gets down to 3 feet. All right, well, I say no go at the ramp here. This is the resort that's over here if you can barely see it. I don't think there's any roads that come over to it. Another hole over here too. See that hole? Yeah, 16 feet deep is the max out here. And now we got 23 over there. What ended up happening is we tried to go to the 4 Mile Reservoir, nothing but snow over there. And so just down the road, Willow. Now we've been to Willow before looking for Brandon. I didn't do the scanning on it, and I do have a saying. The saying goes, if I didn't scan it, I don't feel like it's actually been scanned properly. So I'm gonna go ahead and double check for Brandon, but we're also gonna check for Graham. Before we jump out on the water, let me just kind of show you where we're heading, what we're doing. So right now we're at the boat ramp right here. You know, we're already at the 9-10 foot mark and we haven't put it in yet. And it's gonna drop off 23 to 30. Now we've been here before, as I mentioned. Over here is the dam access road. There's no access for us to actually get up there. There's like a outflow right here and just no way to get across here. So I don't think there's a reason for us to go back over there. For that reason, just the way that the road was. And so our main focus is going to be right here in this 30-foot hole. You guys want to see sonar? I'll show you some sonar. Hey, leave those on, please. I can't see now. I'm not a pirate. I can't steer by the stars. What is that? Oh, you see that? That looks like a car upside down a little bit, but we'll double check it. I don't. Yeah. I think it's just the way that, here, I'll show you. I think it's just the way that the land comes down. So just kind of like that, how that just kind of folds down is what we were picking up on. Even that, it's only 15 feet there, but it says that we're in 30 feet of water over here. So you can't always trust the graphs, I guess. Or the charts, I mean. Alright, we're gonna pack it up here. There's one more potential access to get us into 4 Mile, but if not, our morning is going to continue down in Klamath Falls. We have 3 locations down there. So just like that, we're gonna be right there in the morning and bright and early, 7 a.m., have not even had breakfast yet. But I want to bring you into what we've already done on the Graham and Brandon case, as well as what we have left to do. So as we jump into this, Johnny, we have Brandon and Graham are both from Medford. Now the thing about that we talked about on episode 1 with Graham is that he never crossed over, supposedly he never crossed over to the west of I-5. So all of our search has been over to the east side for that reason. And so our focus is we're really retracing a lot of the steps that we have done for Brandon in the past, but we're catching new locations along the way as well. So if we find Graham, we might find Brandon in the process, and that's where our main focus is let's start with Graham. So one of the things that we ended up doing is we ended up focusing on Lost Creek Lake up here. And there's a few good locations. There's a boat ramp here, there's access here, and then there's a boat ramp here. Now the thing is this one is more of a marina, and Graham, as well as both Brandon, ended up going missing in June, close to 4th of July. For that reason, the marinas and the busy places in the summer, I've kind of rolled off, but we wanted to double check it anyway. Anything that's in green is what we still have to check. So, something of not top priority, but I want to make sure that I'm still aware of it. Now on episode 1 for looking for Graham, we ended up finishing up at Diamond Lake. However, this is on the pass. The snow was like up past, past the motorhome, and we could not get into Diamond Lake.
So we took that one off, but his father also feels like that's way too far to the north, because from Medford to Klamath Falls, this is his stomping ground. This is where he grew up. This is where his mother's still from. And for that reason, that's why we ended up focusing last night on Willow Lake. We ended up focusing on Fish Lake. Now, I've been to Lake of the Woods before, and that's why we did not do anything at Lake of the Woods, because it's so shallow. And again, if you go down to the marina, that thing is just packed. So that's why I ruled that one out. Now, where we're sitting right now is we're sitting right here at this red spot. There's actually a car right out here. It's an older car. We've dove on it before when we were looking for Brandon. So we know if we run into a car, that one's not him, but we're looking for a different car that might have been missed, or we're looking for the white crossover that Graham was driving. So for that reason, we need to run this entire bank all the way to the north and all the way to the south along this rim here. And then we will head down to the second location over here, which is really the only other one that I could find that makes sense with him being from Klamath Falls. Does he know about this location at the river that, hey, I'm looking for something more towards my hometown. I know it's deeper. I know Klamath Lake gets shallow. So that's why I'm going to focus on this one.
Well, what are the chances do you think he may be in here?
Every location I go to is always my next high priority, my highest probability that I'm hopeful.
Yeah. So, I mean, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right?
Yep. All right, let's do it. This has all my tracks from last time I was here. Every location is a hopeful location. And the reading is really nice. I mean, you can see the line that ties the dock out there. You can see the pylon. Those pylons is what you can see. Won't be hard at all today if there's a vehicle in here. And this water itself is up 4 feet from where it was last time we were here, I believe.
All you found was like right about here, right?
Yeah, right, yeah.
The sheriff pull it out?
Yeah, somewhere. No, I think it was too old to pull out.
Oh, do you see it?
Yeah, right there. That's where it's at. See it? Really cool, like where these rock slides are at, but you can actually see how that rock slide comes all the way down into the water here. Right on in, it stops. Now this over here, you can tell that this is the boat that I took scanning last time. They scanned back to where we started at the boat ramp, and then this is the boat that I took, and so I did that entire bay area there, and then I ran up to the north side there. Looks like I did 4 passes.
Can you adjust the settings to change like the color of last time versus this time, or is it just permanent?
I have absolutely no idea. Let me take a look and see.
Because this would be kind of annoying, because now you don't know what you scanned this time, you know?
I do. I think you can clear the tracks, but then it clears everything in the system. Oh, let me try it. Depth, speed. No, I don't see a way to do that. I'll have to do some research on it. You know, something's going on up here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to run the entire way. Those are actually messing with my scan here too. So all of this is all of that, which is then messing up, and we have to be really careful to read through that. But like if there was a vehicle right there, it might have a little bit of an issue. You can see how it like then makes it all silhouette behind it. Like I can't see anything beyond that right there. So for that reason, I cannot call this area clear. This part I can see, so this is the yellow, and then this is the shoreline. In fact, that's the yellow over there as well, with the shoreline right behind it. But I can actually see into this spot between it right now. but some of it back there I could not. I'd love to get on the other side of it, because I need to scan that part. I think we can ram over the top of it. Here. Pick a point, and here we go. Look, they already marked it for us. They put a new, no, there's not enough land here. It almost looks like they're putting a new public dock in here.
Well, maybe that's what this is. Maybe they're laying a giant parking lot.
Yeah, they could be. Or is it just a work platform?
Yeah, it looks like a work dock.
Huh. Oh, this is to your left. You're behind you. Look at that. Oh, too shallow. Dragging in the mud. So we're back in 6 feet of water here. But then over here you can see it's going to get shallow. More shallow up here. And then in fact it even says shallow down to 3 feet there. So only 5 feet. So I say we're going to turn around, run the shoreline out just a little bit further. And we'll head up the other direction. Are you impressed?
With these locations that we've now cleared and we're going to clear, are there any closer to Medford?
Right there on the left. Believe it to be a rock, the way that it's shaped. It's not a vehicle, but again, we'll hit it at a few different angles just to make sure that we mark it off properly. With 100% confidence, we always want to be confident in it. And off to the left, right there. Yeah, it's a rock. One more direction. The way we were turning there, it looked like it was two, but there's only one. It's because we were turning at that moment in time, but
And it's crazy how your speed and your angle kind of changes it.
yeah, but that direction, it's a rock. So I think that I mentioned it yesterday. I might have mentioned it off camera though. But the reason why we are doing the locations we're doing late last night and today is because we're over on I did mention it this morning. We're over on Highway 97, heading south to California, whereas we have the mountain pass. And so it makes more sense for us to do this today, go hit California, and then come back up on I-5, and then we'll be able to hit some locations over in the Medford area. In the Medford area, I think I have like 8 or 9 locations that are marked over there. And really, I mean, I'm drawn more to those also for the fact that even though he's, connected to mom, once we clear these, I'm going to be really drawn to those. And the reason for it is because, it's in his own backyard. We have this thing about people don't normally leave their own backyard when they're going to go do something like this. And there's a couple of good reservoirs that are over there that I feel like would be deep enough, even in the summer months, June, heading into July for the 4th of July weekend. Some secluded locations that I believe that you can get to later on at night.
So with Brandon, it kind of seems like, his last cell phone ping was up near Fish Lake.
Yeah.
And now that we've cleared Fish Lake, there's not really any lakes in the area that have not been checked, right?
So with Brandon, we have the cell phone ping, which we're really focused in on, you know, because we found, you know, 99% of the time when there's a cell phone ping, that's where they're going to be within, you know, a couple miles from there. We have one reservoir that's left. It's the 4-mile reservoir that we could not get into last night. We never checked it last time, and the reason for it is, you know, we felt like the way the shoreline looked on past Google images when you go back in time, and the water, how it drains out or how it fluctuates, didn't feel as though he could get out to the deeper part. But, you know, again, we're just so hung up on the cell phone ping. Is he, you know, is 4 miles from where the cell tower is at? But then we also have the, you know, the girlfriend that was like really, or the ex-girlfriend, who was like, I'm really drawn to Lost Creek. And we had 1 or 2 text messages that went out an hour after his last cell phone ping, which an hour's drive can get him back there. Now, we've searched that lake twice now, have not found Brandon, and we have not found Graham in Lost Creek Lake. So right now, it kind of checks that one off, and now we have to keep moving, you know, checking these off one at a time.
You scanned a lot of Lost Creek Lake, right?
Yeah, the first time that we were at Lost Creek Lake looking for Brandon, we scanned the entire, I'm going to say the entire lake, for all the locations that, above and beyond the locations, especially because there was a road that looked like it was on the north side. But after we scanned it, it looked like it was more of the, prior to them raising the dam, you know, a couple decades ago, that there used to be a road over there, it's now fallen off, and you cannot gain access to it, is what we saw. But we did check it off. And we'll just go as far as where the road starts to go up right there. There's supposed to be a boat ramp is what I saw online, but if you look at it, there's a gate. It actually looks shallow. Oh wait, can we get in here? Oh yeah, we can get in here. Maybe let's pull this sonar ball out and see if it's actually deep enough. Yeah, 7 feet's not deep enough for.
No, it is 7.
Yeah, especially with this is wintertime with the runoff already starting, so it's going to get even more shallow in the summertime. So where that takes us now is, you know, we're going to head down to Sacramento today, and we're going to go work on some other cases down there, and then we'll loop back up and around, hit Medford on that side of the mountain because we're about 2 hours away from it right now. So on that one, if you did not watch the first video for Graham, the link is in the description down below to, you know, give you even more details and get you caught up on that one. And we're also going to have day 3 and hopefully not day 4. Hopefully we're going to be able to find Graham. So those links will be in the description down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.
Jackson County Sheriff's Office search and rescue crews are still looking for any information about his whereabouts.
Put the motor on too soon. In the shore right there. I think I might have a car. Yeah, I was turning, but I don't know, I'll have to come back over that and double check it.
That's what I was looking at right here. And I was going a little fast and turning at the same time. So let's go check that out. That would be really nice.